How will you cope with working remotely? Can you work on a project without any supervision or guidance? These are just some of the questions you will hear during a remote interview. Because the nature of work is so different, interviewers have different things they are looking out for in a remote worker, and you will want to make sure you have all these questions covered. While remote working interviews are different from those that you do in person and are much more comfortable, you should not let your guard down. The interviewer still expects professionalism, and this means dressing up appropriately. Show your effort in being presentable by dressing from head to toe and not just from the waist up. You never know when you might need to stand up during an interview. Remove any distractions such as your children or pets in order to avoid any interruptions during the interview. If your interview is filled with distractions by external factors, your interviewer is going to doubt your ability to remain focused in everyday work. Before hopping onto that call, choose a well-lit, quiet place. Make sure you are showing up nicely on the camera, which helps ensure that you look fresh and happy. A quiet place is a must, as it can become annoying if your interviewer has to keep asking for you to repeat your answers. A strong internet connection goes without saying, to make sure you are not dropping your call every other minute. Now that you have a place locked down and you're all dressed up for the interview, be prepared to answer questions from your interviewer that are more focused on your ability to be a remote worker rather than your experience working as one. Below are some questions that are bound to come up. First, why do you want to work remotely? What interviewers are curious about here is why a flexible work environment is important to you, and what you will do with the flexible schedule. You can share your objective for pursuing a remote career, but make sure you link it back to how that translates into better productivity for them. How do you stay productive? In answering this question, you need to pull out real-life examples of times where you face distractions and how you dealt with them. Have your workplace ready and give a tour if you have to. The interviewer is trying to see how you shut out noise and distractions to stay focused. How do you like to communicate? The common pitfall here is to talk too much about the software you use and not how you use them. Discuss the various tools in your arsenal and relate them to how each one will be appropriate in which circumstance. This shows that you are an understanding and considerate remote worker and you know how to use the tools at your disposal. Once the interviewers are done with their questions, make sure you have a couple of your own prepared. Remember that you are also trying to find out if the remote role is suitable for you, so be active in your queries. Ask about communication, because this helps you figure out how the team communicates and the type of tools that they use. If the software is not something that you are familiar or comfortable with, make it known that you are willing to navigate and learn the tool before your job starts. Asking about the tools they use helps showcase your interest in a proper and efficient collaboration with the rest of your co-workers or your future co-workers, and instantly puts you ahead as a great communicator. Ask about culture. Again, this question shows that you are interested in the organization and that although you are physically apart, you are invested and your head is in the game. Knowing when everyone typically hops online also helps make sure you catch the others at the right time. And asking this question shows that you are a team player who is thinking ahead. And this highlights your collaboration skills and assures employers that you will be a good fit for their team. Ask about the management team. Asking how your managers will track productivity shows that you are results-oriented and also helps shed some light on the management style of the company. You can also turn the question around and ask how often you should check in, as it highlights your willingness to be transparent and accountable. The answer will show you how hands-on or hands-off they are, and that should give you an idea if you are a good fit. Acing a remote interview is not hard once you get over the initial surprise at some of the questions. Never take them at face value and use each one as an opportunity to share the type of remote worker you will be. At the same time, Listen for indicators of your own fit with the team, and you will have a successful remote career. If you would like more tips and advice from us, click on the link below to join our tribe, where you and your peers can discuss the points above and value add to each other in your pursuit of a remote career. Of course, I will also be sharing more day-to-day tips to bring you towards success. I will see you there.